A warm welcome to everyone. I'm Harita from FITSEM, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to for today's guest lecture. It's honor to introduce our speaker, Mr. Balaswamy Garu, who is who is tech lead and prologist San Francisco. With over 20 plus experience in the field of IT professional with string background, Mr. Balaswamy Garu has been instrumental in Snowflake Cloud, OutSystems, and Salesforce system architect. Today, Mr. Balaswamy Garu will share us all the insights of object-oriented design patterns for cloud-native applications in OutSystems. We are thrilled to have them with us today. As as Sir goes with his presentation, everyone please concentrate and feel free to ask your questions and clarify your doubts for your career and about this webinar. I am very thankful to you. It's over to you, sir. And please, all of you, join with me to warm welcome to sir. Thank you. Sir, can you please start?
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, yes. Fine.
Okay, great. Good morning, guys. And today we'll be talking about, give me a second, let me share my screen first. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. Today we are going to see about the object-oriented design patterns for native cloud application in OutSystem. What a such a big topic. And I think I need two biryanis to read this topic. It is not an essay, I think. It's a huge, big topic. And I think one of your staff member, a brilliant staff member, selected this topic. He want to cover so many things. I think that's the reason he has given this topic to me. Okay, it's an excellent topic. Um, Let me go to the next slide. Okay, generally I will not read this PPTs. I'll create PPTs, but I'll take some hint from the PPTs, but I will not read the PPTs. If you want anything, then you can go and directly put this line in ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is giving more information than what I am giving. Okay, so generally I won't read this PPT line by line. So you guys read it, and then I will take you to the next slide. Okay. So in this is a big topic, I said, right? So object oriented design pattern, cloud native application in OutSystems. So I'm going to divide into three things. One is object oriented design pattern, then cloud native application, then OutSystem. Then we will combine all these three and find out what it is there in this session. Okay, that's my idea. And going to the third slide, introduction to cloud native development. Again, I'm not going to read this PPT. Before starting this, I want to tell a story. I'm a good storyteller. I'm not going to say my personal story, something like I have two wives, two kids, something. Sorry, I have a wife and two kids, something like that. So it is not like that. I'll tell a real-time scenario as a story, then I will relate this technical thing into that. So this is how this is my way of saying things. Okay. So assume that one customer is, you are recruited in a software company, some XYZ, and in that company, one customer is coming. So I have a big mall. In that mall, I have 10 screen theaters. So each screen has occupation for 500 people. Okay. So 500 people, 10 screen is saying, and he want a project for this one. So if someone is coming and say this one, what will you do? Like that, you will directly jump into the coding and will you do the coding? That's not the right way. When you are creating a house, what will you do? You will directly go and put the shingle and cement and start these brick and sand and start this building? No. So first you need to bring the architecture. So there are so many architecture, but I'm going to tell you few architecture. Okay. The first one is infrastructure architecture, application architecture, data architecture, and integration architecture. These are all the main important architectures. Okay. Let me go into the application architecture first. I'll tell you why I'm saying this and why I'm going to this application architecture. Later, you will understand why I am talking about this nonsense architecture. The session is about object-oriented design pattern. Why this guy is talking about this architecture? Okay. So architecture is most important thing. If you are not having an architecture, if you start anything, then that is not good. So now switching gear to this application architecture. So when you are creating application architecture, what and all you need? First, you need a requirement. The detailed requirement you need it. Okay, collect the requirement. But it's not only for the application architecture. The requirement is required for all the architectures. So when I come to the application architecture, I'll have an entire architecture. Okay. So for an example, the UI framework, I'm just giving a simplified version, which you know already, which you studied already. Those things only I'm going to say. Okay, I'm not going in depth or anything. Okay, so whenever you create an application architecture, there are three layers: presentation layer, application layer, then database layer. These three layers are important. This presentation layer, that is called views, right? It may be React.js, AngularJS, Vue.js, or whatever it is, because the technology is growing, something new will come, then you will use the new one. So whatever it is. In the application layer, what will you do? You have Python, you have Java, or you have a .NET. So whatever it is. In the database layer, data layer, you may have a Oracle, SQL Server, Postgres, whatever it is. Okay, basically we have three layers. Okay, why I'm talking about this three layer, that's also another important thing. Okay, so you have three layers, but you don't know where to start, right? Whether I need to start from how do I start? I have the requirement. So there are few things. Okay, so bottom up and top down approach. There are two approaches. Okay, bottom up will starts from database, application layer, and the view layer. And top down, it starts from view layer, application layer, and data layer. These are all the two ways. Okay, I'm just saying reverse what the difference is. Okay, when I'm starting a product, okay, I'm going to start creating a product. So what will I do? I know the business very well. So what I'll do is I'll start these the database layer first. Okay, so I'll create the ERA diagram. I'll make that one clean. Then after that, we'll create the application layer and the presentation layer. And if I want a complex screen, which I don't know that the requirements are keep on changing it. So every waterfall model, I'm getting the cycle every time, something like that. Then you need to go for the top-down approach. First, the business analyst will collect the requirement. Then from the requirement, we will create a wireframe. there are some screen designers are there. We will give it to them. Then they will create the screens. Then from the screens, we will create the view logic. We may create in React, Angular, or whatever it is, right? Then once we created that one, then we will go, we will create the application layer, then the database layer. Like that we will start. So we need to decide which one we need to choose. Okay, whether it is a top down or bottom up. Okay, then okay. Why I'm saying this application layer? What is the purpose of this? Why I need to explain this in this session? What is the importance on this one? Okay, this application layer and the view layer. Here we will use design patterns. We will have some framework. In that framework, we will use design patterns. That's why I was saying all these things. So when I give the clear picture, you know that, okay, I'm saying about OutSystem, I'm saying about cloud native, then, okay, where I'm using the design pattern, it's in a small place, but this is more important. Okay, now you know where we will use design pattern and how it will be used. Okay, so before going into this presentation, this is more important. Okay, for this creating the application, how much amount I spent, amount of time, money, effort I spent. Okay, I need to have a UI team, I need to have an application team, I need to have a database team, and for each team I need a team lead, and for each team leader one project manager and one technical architect. Like that, so many people are required. And for one screen, one developer will take 3 days or 4 days, something like that. So these are all the important things in the application architecture. Okay, I developed the application. It is running in my machine, and I want to host it somewhere, right? I have the application. I want to host it. If I'm not hosting, how people will use it? Okay, when I'm hosting, then I need to search for AWS or Azure, or I need to go for the Google Cloud. Somewhere I need to go. Otherwise, based on the project budget, I can go for the Mocha Host, GoDaddy. Somewhere I need to get a space. Then I need to install the software. Okay, so this is for the hosting part. That is called infrastructure architecture. Okay, so consider I created this. I created the application and I hosted the application. Suddenly, the customer is saying, I have extended my mall and I have another 10 screens. Okay, so totally 20 screens. 20 screens, how many people? And how many people will access that application? So this application will crash, right? If more people will access it. So in that time, what do we need to do? We need to increase the RAM of the server, and we have to put multiple servers in clustering. So we have already some amount we spent it for application designing, application architecture, and we spend some money for the infrastructure architecture. Okay, so there are so much money involved in this, right? So many uh, architecture, money, people. There are so many things involved. Okay, here I am pausing it. Do you guys have any questions on this? Okay, then I'll go to the second part. Okay, cloud native application has some characteristics. Okay, now microservice architecture. So in your theater application, you have different modules, right? Ticketing module and customer module and theater module, screen module, something like that. You have a different modules, and each module should work independently. If I shut down the server, the whole system should not die. Okay, so we need to implement the microservice architecture and containerization. These are all the huge topic. If I explain this one, I don't have time to explain all these things. So just I'm touching this each and every point. Containerization, in container, we have the server and we can go and deploy the containers. This is something like that. And when we increase the load, it should always support, and when I make a change, it should always support. These all things are there. And for an example, if my account system is failing, account module is failing, the other module should work. That is called fault tolerance and resilience and default tolerance. Something should work. And even though I have a account model failed, some other way I need to respond this accounting model. So when one model is died, the another accounting model will automatically up and serve the request. Okay, the application should be capable of this one. Suddenly the server is down, then how people will book it? For an example, suddenly they want to the new Rajinikanth movie is coming, then people will be always curious to book the tickets, right? So that time everyone want to book the tickets on the same day, the server will crash. Correct? So these are the things we need to avoid. And the DevOps community, DevOps and continuous integration. Continuous integration is another big thing. So when you commit the code, we have in software development, we have a different environments, dev, test, UAT, production, like that. Okay, we have multiple environments and we need to maintain the multiple environments. And when I do some checking, someone should, some deployer should come and deploy my code. It should automatic. It should be an automatic thing. So when I deploy the code, it should automatically deploy and it should give the code coverage, etc., etc. And then finally, it should deploy in the server. So this should automatically happen. That is called continuous delivery. Okay. Assume that you created this theater application. Suddenly, in the mall, right, there are a lot of shops out there. They want to grow their business. What they will do? They will ask, okay, these many people are coming for the picture, so we need a customer, right? So it's under one customer. The whole mall is under one customer. So it will be inside the VPN, right? So they can access someone if the shop want to know the customers, then they can access the theater module, theater application and get the details, right? So in that case, they need to expose these APIs. So that should be capable of our application, right? That application should be capable for that one. So that we need to consider, okay? And there are popular, as I told you guys, that already we have a lot of hosting services, that AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud, and IBM. These are all there. And how OutSystem is helping. Okay. When you are using OutSystem, you no need to worry about whatever I said, right? You no need to worry about this one. Everything is in OutSystem. So you no need to spend time on this architecture. But sometimes these are all the Docker is not available, but we can ask OutSystem to implement Docker for this specific project. But some of the things are applicable in OutSystem. Some of the things are not applicable like Docker, but still we can ask OutSystem to implement it. Okay, when we need this kind of, when we need to ask for the something which is not in OutSystem and we need to go for it. For an example, the application I created in OutSystem and consider the bank. Okay, the bank having a lot of customers, but we should not tell the OutSystem should know these are the customers. They are having bank account with them and they are having this much money in their bank, right? So what they will do is bank will there have one premises and they are having their server and database everything inside the in their premises, and we can connect through OutSystem to their premises and we can get the data. So OutSystem will be it's something like a box, and it will not it won't have a data anything. It will be having a logic and the presentation layer, something like that. That also we can do it. So that is why the cloud native is working with the OutSystem. Okay, OutSystem is having cloud native. It's have characteristics, but some of the things it don't have. But if we ask, they will provide. Okay, any questions on this? Okay. So again, why I'm asking OutSystem? OutSystem is a low code platform, and we have a scalability performance. Again, I'm not reading this. I'm just saying that it's a low-code platform. You no need to write anything, and the infrastructure is already built in inside the cloud application, the out system. So you no need to worry about the scalability, availability, extendability. Those things you no need to worry about those things. And if you are doing a custom development in Java and React or whatever it is, right? How many people you need? There are so many people you need, right, for one screen. But in OutSystem, you can develop fast and time to market. If they build the mall and they are asking the project in 2 months, you can give it in 2 months. It's possible in OutSystems. But if you are doing a custom development, I'm not sure whether you will finish it in 6 months. Okay, let me go into I have given this URL for this OutSystem URL and the pricing details. Let me go inside this. So this is the OutSystem page. You can click on the start free, and you can register yourself, and they will send you a link. From that link, you need to download the OutSystem Studio, and from there you can learn. There are some pre-built applications are there inside OutSystem Studio. You can install that studio and you can learn OutSystems. And this is a pricing for this OutSystem. This is around 30 lakh per year. This is not costly compared to some other systems, but still you don't need to spend a lot of money on the infrastructure, right? So infrastructure is inbuilt on this one. So you no need to spend on this one. They are giving development environment, test environment, and UAT environment. They are giving. Okay. So you no need to spend much time on this, much money on this, much time for this infrastructure architecture. Everything is already there, and it is a drag and drop thing. So you can drag and drop. You no need to code. That's more important. Some people don't like coding. So if you don't like coding, forget about coding. You have this out system and some other systems are there. Okay. So without coding also we can work in software industry. Okay. So you can learn this one and you'll get more salary from this if you are an out system developer. Okay. This is now I am closing this cloud native development because I explained how it is what is cloud native and how out system is used. Okay. Now we will come to design pattern. Why we need design pattern? I have so many problems. That problem is different. Something when I constructing a house, I have a problem that I need to have a common solution. For an example, will you construct a house which is having a big restroom and small bedroom? Will you do it? You won't do it, right? So we need to follow some rules that is called design patterns. So if there is a problem, you need to solve it easily. Correct? Okay. If you're not able to understand anything and if you have any questions, just raise your hand. I'll pass and I'll answer your questions. Okay, there are three types of design patterns: creational, structural, behavioral. And there are so many useful things which I related with the real-time things. Okay, the creational one, right? How we are creating a bedroom, how we are creating the kitchen, how we can reuse the. I have a 4-bedroom house, right? So when I have a 4-bedroom house, how I can clone the bedrooms, right? For an example, if I go to a bedroom, right side one switch should be there. So in each bedroom, the same switch will be there on the right side. So that easy for me to go inside, enter into the bedroom and switch on the light, right? Even though there is no light. Okay. And how we structure it. Okay. So this is the creation is for cloning the bedrooms and structure. Okay. So have you heard about anything attached, the bedroom with attached kitchen? It is possible. That is called a studio apartment, right? So the bedroom with kitchen and kitchen with living room. There are so many things out there, but these are all how we are structuring the house, how we are structuring the object, how we are structuring the project. Okay, behavior. how we are communicating. I created a house. I built a house, and I need to interact with the things. For an example, nighttime somebody is knocking my bedroom window. Okay, so how do I know what I'll do? Will I open the window? Somebody is knocking. Then what I'll do? I have a camera inside outside my bedroom, so I can see the camera and see that okay, somebody is coming. So this is something interrelation between the rooms, right? So this is called behavior. Okay, you see these three, and apart from this, these three, have you heard about a design pattern? KISS, KISS. Yes, there are some design patterns which we need to use, even though if it is not in the object-oriented design patterns. Those are all important things. KISS. It is keep it simple, stupid. Okay, or keep it stupid, simple. So we need to think simple. That's what I used to say, my people. Don't think complex thing. Even in life also, keep it simple, everything. Okay, and dry, DRY design pattern. Do not repeat yourself. Okay, if something, if some problem is faced, then do not repeat it in the software. Okay, these are some small things. Just I want to divert you guys. So now we'll switching back to the design patterns. Okay, now these are all the key design patterns which are all used in cloud native. I'm not going to say about all the creational. In creational, there are 5 creational patterns, and in structural, we have 10, I think, and behavioral we have 12 or something like that. So I'm not going to explain everything. So singleton, factory, adapter, observant strategy. These are the 5 patterns I'm going to explain. Singleton. Okay. So in a real-time scenario, okay, you have an application, and in that application, you have a database connection, right? Always you will connect to database and retrieve the data and insert, update, do, delete, everything, right? So at the time of when you are doing this, you need to keep only one connection. And you should not create every time. For an example, 1,000 users are there. 1,000 users create 1,000 connections. What will happen? All the connections will be in the RAM, and your application will crash, right? So if you are creating more connection, the application don't have any memory, then it will crash. So the singleton is the best example for database connection creation. So for an example, the first user will create a connection. Okay, he'll create the connection and he will execute some query and he'll return back the connection. That connection client B will use. Okay, the same object instance will be used by different request. That's called singleton. Okay. Consider this a factory pattern for this one. Consider there are in your application, you have MySQL, Postgres, Oracle, NoSQL, like that. You have so many database. For an example, the account is in MySQL and the product details are in Postgres, something like that. You have different database, and each database having its own tables. Okay, when I am asking from the API or from the UI, if I ask, okay, I need this store detail means, when I say this store, I need to, based on the parameter which I passed, it will identify which database I need to go. And from there, it will create a connection and retrieve the data. This would happen dynamically. We should not hard code any details. Okay, this is for MySQL, this is for Postgres, this is for Oracle. We should not hard code, because suddenly if there is a change, suddenly they are saying, okay, I migrated this from Postgres to Oracle, then that that request, it will, we should not much time and effort on this one. It should be a one-day effort, right? when we are having this kind of factory pattern. Let me know if you have any questions on this factory pattern. Let me go to the adapter pattern. Okay. I'm going from US to India, and I have a charger. The charger, I can't use it in India because the plug point will not match. So what I need to do, I need to have an adapter, universal adapter that I need to use and charge my phone. Same thing here in the software. So I have assumed that I have two files. One is MP3 file and another one is MP4 file. Okay. In MP3 file only will play on Windows player, and MP4 will play only on VLC player. So consider there are two players. Okay. When I click the file, okay, for a movie, it may be a movie file or it is a song or whatever it is. Okay. When I click the file, sorry, excuse me. I'm sorry. Okay. When I click the file, it should not ask me whether I need to file this one in Windows player or VLC player. It should automatically pick up the VLC player or the Windows player, and it needs to play, and we can hear the song or movie, whatever it is. Okay. It should be dynamic. Okay. So this is called the adapter pattern. So we need to create an adapter in between in the VLC player. Okay. Because Windows player is coming with Windows and VLC player is not. So we need to have an adapter to play the VLC player. Okay. Observer pattern. Okay. In observer pattern, for an example, I have a Wi-Fi, and the people who are all connecting through mobile, they can easily see my Wi-Fi and connect. And when I switch off, it will be switched off for everyone, right? So this is kind of observer pattern in the real life. But if you are using any messaging system like MQ or IBM MQ server, something, if you are using it, there is something called publish and subscribe. Okay, so the multiple system. When I send a message from one system to multiple system, one place, then multiple system subscribe for that one. Then all the system will get the messages. Okay, so this is called publish and subscribe model. This is mostly used in the messaging system. So this is called observer pattern. Okay, then strategy pattern. Okay, this is a real-time example. Your professor is asking a question to you. How will you answer? Okay, how the cat will sound? Then you will politely give a sound. Okay, then your close friend is asking. When your professor is asking, you say meow. Then your friend is asking, okay, how the cat sound? Oh, meow meow. And when your girlfriend is asking how that cat will sound, you will give a different sound, right? So these are the different strategy. Your mind will create a strategy, whom to answer how. Okay. So when professor is asking, you give a sound, a different sound, and your friend for a different sound, and your girlfriend is a different sound. So you are giving a different sound for different people. That's called a strategy. Okay. So these are things stick in your mind. That's the reason I'm saying some funny thing. Okay. So this then in the software industry, if you want to do some calculation for addition, subtraction, multiplication, then you can use a different strategy. This is again the simple one. Okay. This is about strategy. Any questions on this? Okay. So these are all the patterns we have seen. And these are all the patterns we are using in OutSystem UI and OutSystem server-side tables. And since it is configurable, it is already using inside. Okay, you no need to worry about how to do this. Okay, in OutSystem we can expose the API to outside the world. That is possible. Okay, so if you are doing a custom development, you need to think about so many things. But in OutSystem, everything is pre-built. So you no need to worry about those design patterns, how to use it, where to use it, and those things, forget about it. Okay, so this is how the design patterns used in OutSystem. I hope we have covered the big topic, right? Still, I'm unable to memorize this one, but this is a big topic. In the big topic, we covered the three parts: design pattern, OutSystem, and the cloud native. Now, OutSystem. We have seen all these things, but OutSystem. I don't want to. OutSystem is a big platform. In that platform, I can go and explain it. But instead of that one, what I'll do is I'll give a demo. Okay. So, any questions before going to that demo? Okay. So when you are sending a request to OutSystem, once you register, they will send a link. From the link, you need to download this OutSystem Studio, and after installing, you will get after you install, you need to give your username password. Then you will get a screen like this. Okay, in this screen, create new application. It will ask you for create an application from scratch. And one more thing I forgot to tell you that you can create a mobile application and you can create a responsive application. All these things are possible in OutSystems. Okay, so it will ask you whether you need to start from scratch or starts from an app. Okay, so let's go from scratch. It will ask reactive web, tablet, or phone. So you can decide which one you need. Okay, and you can create the application from here. Okay, and the services. The services is, for an example, you will be creating a database, and from the database you can directly expose this as a service. That is possible in OutSystem. So you have some ticketing module, and you don't have UI for this, okay, and you want to expose this to someone else, then you can do it. This is possible in OutSystem. Okay, since this is starting from scratch, I'm not going inside of this one. So you guys can go inside and do some research on this one. Okay, again, I'm not a OutSystem guy. I'm just giving an awareness about the cloud applications. Okay, from app. So there are a lot of pre-built applications are available. They are giving purposefully because if you want to start, you don't know how to start, right? By seeing the example itself, you will know that, oh, okay, this is this one. So I can learn from this. Oh, so that's a reason they are providing some samples. You can click and install, that will be installed. And here I installed the new employee onboarding application, which I already installed because it will take some time. So I don't want to waste your guys' time. So that's the reason I installed this banking application already. So we can go inside and see what it is doing and how we can use it. So here you can see this, there are three modules, right? So I already told you that microservices. So we can create different modules. You can create an account module, you can create a ticketing module, you can create a customer modules. Like that, you can create multiple modules and each module will work separately. Okay. So that is possible in our system. There's this one example. Okay. Now, new employee. This is the one I want to. So here, HR onboarding and onboarding resources, onboarding core. Okay, let me show one by one. We, we have shortage of time. Give me a second. So this is the application which is developed in this OutSystem. So here you have the list of objects. You can just drag and drop. Okay. I don't want to do it. Okay. This is just a drag and drop. Okay. This is just a drag and drop. I just added one text box here. Okay. Just you need to publish. Then this will be published. You are deploying this one in server. This is a quick one, right? If you want to deploy this one in server in Java or somewhere else, then it will take time. And it will, once you drop this one, once you publish it, you will get a screen like, let's wait. So now you can see the screen. This is the screen which I'm opening in the Edge browser. Okay, here, this is the one text box which I added it. Okay, if you see this one, where it is. Okay, anyway, it is refreshing. Okay, so this is the text box I added. So like that, it is very simple. It is a drag and drop. All these are all drag and drop, and you can use it. And this is the one module onboarding. And here in this one, you can see the screens. Okay, this is the registration screen. And here you have job role resource. And here you can see the documents and onboarding plan. So these are the screens which are created by OutSystem. And when you see this one in the here and click up this onboarding, now you can see this the screens here 1, 2, 3, 4. So we are in the next screen. So like that, we can create screens in OutSystem, and we can. It's very simple. If you are asking if someone is asking us to create the screens, how much time we need to spend it for the UI and the server side coding and the database thing. And I want to show you one more thing here. So here in this section, you can create your database tables, relations, everything. By default, the OutSystem is using .NET as a UI, and the business side, it's using .NET, and it is using SQL Server as a database by default. If we want to change it, we can change it. So we can create our own our entities here. These are all the entities. So everything is inside OutSystem. That's what I want to tell you guys. So we have we can create the ERD diagrams here. Once we created this ERD diagram, the database tables will be created. Okay, and onboarding resources. I think I clicked this or something else. Yeah, this is one of the module. So we have seen earlier one module, and this is another module. So each modules are interacting inside the OutSystem application. So we have seen the microservices kind of architecture inside the OutSystem, and you can see that. And you have seen already that I have hosted this one. They are giving a free space for us. If you are not using it for a couple of weeks, then they will remove our instance. Basically, for learning purpose, they are giving a space, and we can use that space for learning in OutSystem. Okay, this is the demo about OutSystem. If you want to drag and drop, these are all the elements here, and just you can drag and drop and use it. And here you can see the REST and SOAP services. You can expose your database as a service in SOAP or REST. That from there you can do it. And in application creation, there are many things which is important is the roles. So we can create many roles here, and who can see the screen, who can see the data, those things also we can configure it. And there are, I said, right, server side, now we can see the client side things, right? Client side, the view creation part, we have seen it. Now the business part, right? The server side configuration, server side coding. We are not going to do any coding here. We are just going to configure it. So this is called our server side coding, but there is no coding obviously. Okay. So this is about I have showed you the presentation layer and the business part, business layer, and the database layer. All these things in OutSystem I have showed you, and no coding, just a configuration. If you are afraid of coding, don't worry about it. Anyway, nowadays ChatGPT is there. Whatever the coding you ask, it will give. So no coding, just a basic thing is required in OutSystem. You may need to write some JavaScript, but that JavaScript, if you ask ChatGPT, it will give a better JavaScript even you are writing on your own. And database coding, mostly if you are using the out-of-the-box database SQL server, then you no need to write any SQL script. But if you are using a third-party something, a Snowflake or any other server, if you are using, then you need to write your own query, because that will go as a REST service to that database. Okay. Yeah. OutSystem application demo is completed. And advantage of design pattern, we have already seen that what is the use of design pattern. I have given the advantages in a real-time example, and with the technology example, those I have explained. And advantage of OutSystem, good salary. You can go and put it in Google. Okay, what is the Java developer is getting? Or what is the salary of Java developer? What is the salary of React.js developer? What is the salary of OutSystem developer? Just compare it. This is in cloud, and you no need to do much work, and this is easy to work, and you'll get more salary compared to a Java developer or a .NET developer, or whatsoever it is. Okay. And you can easily create the application, time to market, time to finish the application. Everything is possible in OutSystems. There are so many things, so many advantages are there, but I'm not here to explain all the advantages. You guys should learn on your own, and you have to learn the advantages of this one. Okay, then, and I want to tell you one more thing. This AI, after this, the prompt engineering came into picture. So what happened was they implemented the AI in OutSystem, which will help you in few things. But again, people want money, right? When you want to use AI, they are charging more money. This is already implemented in OutSystems, but if you go to ChatGPT and ask any help for OutSystem, it won't give, because it is not ready. Currently, it is not ready in ChatGPT. If you are asking something, it will give answer something. So you will not get much details from ChatGPT. That's another thing I want to tell you guys. And not only OutSystems, if anything is in cloud and anything is configurable, if you ask ChatGPT, it won't give the prompt answer. This is my experience. Okay. I have completed. I believe everything I have completed. Any questions? Hello? Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Yeah, students, do you have any queries?
I believe I'm not boring you guys, and I hope I have given a lot of information. And if you need any help or any questions, you can contact me in WhatsApp, or you can send me emails. And thank you for giving the opportunity for the Vice Chancellor and the Dean and the HOD. Thank you very much, guys.
Good evening, everyone. Myself, Harshita from 5th Sim. I'm truly honored to extend a heartfelt thank you on behalf of everyone present for the successful completion of this session on object oriented patterns for cloud native applications in OutSystems. Now, we guys have learned about introduction to cloud native development and even the patterns implementation and even the demo as well and even the advantages. First and the foremost, I would like to thank management, dean, vice chancellor, HOD and deputy HOD for their constant support and vision that made this event possible. A big thank you to the organizers who worked behind the scenes to ensure everything runs smoothly. To our estimated faculty and staff, thank you for guiding and encouraging us through every step of learning process. Last but not the least, to all students who participated and supported with the active involvement made this event successful. Once again, thank you all for making this event a grand success. Thank you all.